One time I was talking to this teacher, and she was telling me about how her principal has this expectation that when he's observing one of the classrooms in her hallway, that when he leaves that classroom and walks into hers, she should essentially be finishing the same sentence of the teacher that he previously observed. Meaning he has this expectation that their curriculums, their lessons are so scripted out, so much in a box, that when he leaves one room, you should be at the exact same place in your lesson. Now, what does this do for that teacher's confidence? How does this make this teacher, who is highly educated and highly skilled, and as I said in the first episode of the podcast, highly creative? Teaching is an inherently creative profession. What does this say about how she feels trusted and how empowered she is in her work? Because listen, I am all about having similar learning goals in a school, right? We can come together as teacher teams and educator teams and stack hands on where we want our students to be at the end of a learning unit, or at the end of a school year, or at the end of an experience. We can all say, yep, we all want our teachers to be able, or our students to be able to read this well, or write this well, or understand this math, or understand this concept in science. I am all about having and sharing similar learning goals. But I think there's a reality that as educators, as professionals, we all have our different ways of getting our students there. We all have these different talents and skills and methodologies and pedagogies that we know work for us to get our students to that common goal. And when we have these scripted box curriculums, it's like saying, actually, here's the best way to put it. My friend and author John Spencer, he once said that asking teachers to follow scripted curriculum is like asking an artist to paint by number, right? It's like saying, hey, I recognize that you are a highly trained, highly skilled professional with all of this creativity to do things in these dynamic ways, but we're going to ignore all that and give you this script that some company put together and that we decided as a district team to give to our teachers to teach our students. And I get the temptation behind scripted curriculum. Believe me, I understand that there needs to be some forms of accountability, and we need to make sure that our students are learning well and getting to places. And sometimes there's this research-backed curriculum that can produce outcomes, and maybe it's the safe way to get there. But what I want to talk about in this podcast, among other things, is that it isn't always the best way to get there. We're leaving things on the table when we are handcuffing our teachers, handcuffing educators, and not allowing them to teach using the creativity that they inherently have. And it's robbing students of some really significant experiences as well.